guys, welcome back to the channel. So I did get a shipment in. So this is angle iron with slotted angle iron. Most of the time it's used to hang garage doors, and that's kind of what we're going to be doing with it. Let me turn around and I'll show you exactly what I have in mind. So you guys, if you watched my video where I put the shop vac up there, you notice there is some space in between the shop vac and that blue toolbox. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build some shelves. I'll try to do 2 shelves in there and create some extra storage space. Now, a lot of times this space is not used, so it's a great way to create extra shelving within a garage. What I've tried to do is use every square inch of the shop. A lot of those tools that you see on the top are not used every day. So what we're going to do is those ones there that we don't use every day, we'll pile on top of there. So let me get myself set up and I'll show you exactly how I'm going to do that. Okay guys, we're on top of the rails here. You can get a better view of what's going on. So what we're going to do is make sure this is the shop vac. We're going to make sure we leave enough space so we can remove the shop vac to empty it out. So the game plan is to make some marks here. We're going to square them off. We'll throw the line up to the top of the ceiling, and then we're going to do something very similar to this, okay? So we'll make a bracket screwed into the joists, and then come back down here, and then make some rails that go straight up from here. So let's mark this up, and I'll show you exactly how I'm going to mark it, and we'll take it from there. So basically what I did is I threw my square up against the rails like so. You can see that. I made a mark on both sides and then a downward mark. We'll move over here, and I've done the same on both sides. Okay, so now we're going to get a level and we're going to shoot it up and make a mark right up on that ceiling. Okay, this way we can line it up. So let me go grab a level and we'll make a mark. Okay guys, so you can see I've cut them. I cut them down to 32 inches. That's the scrap that's left. I've gone ahead and marked and mounted one. Okay, I lined it up with the existing one. And there's enough room for there to get the shop vac out, which is good. We'll get the other one on. So what I'll do is I'll hook up a square to that angle iron and make a mark, and then square them up. This way we can get the drop legs or the drop panels to come down, or drop angle iron to come down. But let me square that up, and then we'll mount the other one. For mounting into the ceiling, of course, we're mounting into a stud. So what I did is I used these here. Put a washer just to give them a little bit more of grip onto the angle iron, but that's holding out quite nicely. Okay guys, so we got those mounted in and lined up nicely. They're bolted in pretty tight, which is good. And now we got to do the drop downs from that to the garage rail. So what I'll do is I'm going to get one up. I'm going to line it up and mark it and see how things line up, and then go from there. Okay guys, so I'm just going to grab a piece of my angle iron here. They're both cut on the same length or the same hole size. Just going to line it up. And we're going to mark it. I think the holes line up. They do. it up and see what it looks like. So let me grab the saw, we'll cut it. I'm using my new stand for the bandsaw, it's working out quite nicely. So guys, we got them all mounted. Top bolts are mounted in, they're just hanging right now. So what we're gonna do is we'll line them up and drill a hole through the garage rail and put a nut and bolt through it. Now, the heads of the bolts gotta be pretty flat. This way when the garage doors come up, they don't hook. And of course, the actual nut is gonna be on the inside of the rails, not the outside. So we'll mark one, drill it, and I'll show you exactly what that comes out like. So guys, I've got a couple of carriage bolts, which are going to work out perfect for that. I don't know if you guys, I'm going to bring that closer to the camera so you guys can see. Okay, so they're flat-headed, right? And then we'll drill the hole a little bigger and we'll put those on the inside of the rail. So let's get that done. Let's see. On this side, from this side, up that rail, washer, and bolt. Okay, what's going on? There we go. Tighten them up later, guys, but I'm just getting them in place for now, which is pretty flat, which is good. Do the other side. That's awesome. All right, let me mark this side, we'll go from the other side. Okay guys, so that's that carriage bolt that's in. That's what it looks like on the other side. And oh, a little blurry, but it's going up. There you go. And that's where it is on the top. Looking pretty good. So what we'll get the other ones bolted on the other side, and then we'll put a level on everything and square everything off and tighten it up. So guys, I've gone ahead and cut the cross members here out of the angle iron. What we want to do is the first angle iron we set up here, we want to make sure it clears the top of the door when it opens. So when the door is fully opened or fully engaged, when I have the shelf there, it's not actually going to touch the bottom of this door. So it's probably gonna sit up around here or so. So what we'll do is we'll mount the first one in, kind of look at it, make sure it's level, and then take it from there. So give me a minute, I got them cut already. I'll put one in and I'll show you what I mean. Okay guys, so we got one in, it's hand tightened. She's perfectly level. Okay, and then if the board comes over top, like so, there's still clearance for the door, which is excellent. So now we just gotta put the other side on this one and make sure that they line up together, and we'll see how that works out. So guys, the cross members are in. Everything is lined up. As you can tell, it clears the door so we can put some ply. So now all we have left is to dice up some plywood and put it in and screw them from underneath. And she's pretty sturdy. So she'll hold quite a bit of weight, which is awesome. Looking good, guys. Well, listen, with garages and shops, we need all kinds of shelving. This is tucked out of the way. I know I gotta get a step ladder to come up and get it if I put stuff up here. But if you strategically put stuff away that you don't use that often, and you know, you still have access to it, and the step ladder is always in the shop. So guys, we've got a sheet of plywood. This is 1/2 inch ply set up on the bench or on the table I have. This is actually plywood for flooring, and it's tongue and groove, which will remove the tongue. And we can leave remove the groove here in the female part, and we'll leave the male part there. It's not gonna bother anybody. But what I'll do is I'll do a clean cut first here, just to get rid of some of the old stuff. This is an older sheet. And then we'll cut pieces for those shelves on top of the rails. Now, the rails, of course, are a little narrow, am I saying that right? But not really wide. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this to about 20 inches. And I'll explain to you why I'm gonna do 20 inches. If I move over here, I've got these cabinets, and on top of the cabinets, I've got a couple of storage containers. And if you look closely, they're hanging off. So what I like to do is put a sheet of ply on top of that so they're not actually hanging off, and that's about 20 inches. So we're gonna stick with that 20-inch mark. So let's line up the ply, and we'll get the skill saw out and we'll give it a cut. Let's do 18 inches, guys. 18. Okay. There we go. So we should clear the table now. Yeah, we're good. All right, let's slice this one up. So we got them ripped down to 18 inches. We've got 2 pieces and a piece of scrap, which I never throw away plywood. I always store it somewhere. But what we're gonna do now is measure up there. If I recall, it's 27 3/4. So I'll double check that measurement, and then we'll come back down here and we'll cut 2 pieces at 27 3/4. So guys, I'm gonna mark this one at 20. I know that one is 27 3/4. But I'm gonna do this 27 1/2, just so I have a little extra play to get them in there. This side's got some cracks in it. So what we'll do is we'll measure from here, 27 1/2. We'll throw a square on that. So guys, what I've gone ahead and done is got the dead center of this and measured the distance between the 2 angle irons, which is 11 inches. So of course we got 5.5 and 5.5. And then the thickness of the angle iron, as you can see, I'm going to put a slot in it so it'll actually push in between, and I did that on both sides. Now I got this on top of the 2 pieces, so I'm going to try to knock it off at the same time. We'll put gouges in it and see if we can get it to work. So guys, they're in. Let me give you a closer look. Lots of room. Beautiful. So what we're going to do is we're going to sand these down a little bit, clean up the edges so we don't get any splinters while we're moving stuff around, and we'll put them back in. And then what we're going to do is put a couple of screws through here just to hold the ply from moving. But the ply is pretty tight right now, so because I slotted it to slide in between the angle irons. But she's looking good. Okay guys, so I've got those pieces set up on some containers, and we're going to give it just a quick coat of paint. Just pour that on top. Doesn't have to be pretty, but it'll protect the wood. And I've used this paint in the shop. It matches the cupboards. I'll just give it a quick one too. Is it extra? Yeah, a little extra. I could have just left it ply, but that's just how I roll. I have it, so I might as well throw it on there, give it a little bit of uniformity with everything. It also protects the ply. But this stuff's actually pretty good. This is chalk paint. I'm pretty sure it's by Rust-Oleum. Yeah. And goes on real easy, dries pretty quick, and does a good job. I mean, I've used it in the shop on other parts and other shelving. Withstands everything pretty good. So doing a nice quick one too here, like so. Like that, roll it on. You know, I was talking to a buddy of mine and he was saying that I'm too much. I take things too far. And sometimes I wonder if I do or not. But I gotta tell you, you know, if you take pride in your belongings and your stuff, you know, you want it to look good. As much as you want it to be functional, you want it to look right. So, you know, a little paint. What did that take me? 3 minutes? If 3 minutes. So guys, while that's drying up, of course we'll give it another coat and we'll flip it over and do the other side. We're gonna address that. So what we're gonna do is I'll take everything down and I'll put the piece of ply on top and take a look and see fitment. And then we'll take it from there and see if I'm gonna edge it out, if I'm gonna cut it shorter, just to get a good idea. So eventually what I'd like to do is, you see the container with the handle there? I'd like to get another 2 of those and put them all even on the top. So let's see what that's gonna work out like. Okay guys, so I got the piece on top. So what we're gonna do is, we marked it, so we're gonna cut it. I'm gonna leave it to go over the audio system to that corner. This way we got extra space on that one corner. And on this side, I'll give it about an inch and a half lip and cut that off. And that should work out perfectly. And what I'll do on that top corner there, just above that Google Home or speaker there, I'll put a little brace just to hold that in. But she's looking good. So let's take her down, we'll cut her up, give it a sand, and coat of paint. Okay guys, so I've got her sanded down. All the ends are pretty smooth. Got her cut to size. What you see here is a slot. On top of that cupboard there's a plug, so that goes around the plug. So what we're gonna do is give this thing a coat of paint. I'm gonna take this outside and we'll paint it outside. But it looks pretty good. So guys, I flipped these over and gave them a shot of paint on the opposite side. They're looking pretty good. It really does dry pretty quick. Let's step outside and I'll show you the other piece. There's the other piece. It's almost dry. We'll wait a few more minutes and then we'll flip it over and dry the other side. But she's looking pretty good. So guys, I got some stuff tucked away. As you can see, I put the miter saw stand there also. Stuff that I do use. Works out really, really well. Got quite a bit of stuff on there. In the baskets, I've got air tools. Relieved a little bit of space here. I'll reorganize that in the next little while, but she's looking pretty good. So when I move over here, so you can see, there's the top plate I put in. Okay, so we can put all those bins back up on top. And I went right to above the audio system, which is perfect. So let me tuck all those away and I'll show you what that looks like. So there you go, guys. Let me just hold this camera steady. All put away, organized. I've got some tools up there, bins back up there. Got a little extra space, which is awesome. Things are definitely coming together. shop's looking very organized. I'm very happy with that. It's busy, but it's very organized. And there's our shelving there with her bins and extra tools. She's looking awesome. Guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. It helps me out.